everybody, and thank you so much for being here. Um, I'm really excited to be part of this forum and to talk a little bit about our legal studies program. I think Kate gave you a good background about what Ursuline College is all about. And I guess what I'm here to talk about is why legal studies. So a lot of our students who come to legal studies kind of have the same traits. They are normally our type A students, right? I think our graduates can attest to that. People attracted to legal studies are organized and driven, they're curious, they're resourceful. And so these traits prepare you for a career in the law. We give you the education to back that up. So our legal studies program, we have both a traditional day program and an evening program through our Ursuline College Accelerated Program, UCAP, for adult students. The classes that we offer mirror a law school curriculum. So in law school, you might take criminal law, or you might take civil procedure, or you might take legal research and writing. We offer very similar classes, but with a practical component. So to give you an example, when I was in law school, I took contract law. I never actually read a contract in contract law. We spent most of the time reading cases about contracts. But in our program, you will not only read contracts, you will draft contracts. You will become, intimate with how contracts work. And part of the reason why we're designed this way is because we are an ABA approved program. So our program at Ursuline College has been approved by the American Bar Association. What does that mean? The American Bar Association comes in and reviews our program. They look at our curriculum, they look at our courses, they look at our instruction, our instructors, they look at our objectives, and they say, okay, we've looked at everything, we visited your campus, they come every 7 years. We also have to file interim reports with them to show that we are providing a quality education, that our graduates are successful in their careers because they have had the foundation that we've provided. We're very proud to be ABA approved. Right now, I sit on the American Bar Association Paralegal Standing Committee, so that also gives Ursuline College a seat at the table in terms of paralegal policy and what's going on around the country. So we're very proud of that. So as I said, we emphasize hands-on skills. Some of that might mean you might be taking pretend depositions inside a classroom in an evidence class. You might be, like I said, negotiating a contract or drafting a contract. You're certainly going to be drafting documents that you would be filing in court. So that you really will leave this program as a graduate with a portfolio of documents that show what you can do as a paralegal. The other thing that we emphasize in our program from the very first class working. We have something that we call the Ursuline College Legal Community, and we keep track of all our graduates, all of our, it's saying my internet connection is unstable. Am I still okay? Okay, good. We keep track of all our graduates, all of our instructors, our mentors, our advisory board. And that network that we've put together becomes your network as a member of the Ursuline College legal community. So if you were to say to me, gosh, Ann, I really want to work in the prosecutor's office, I would say, well, that's great, because we have a graduate who's a senior paralegal at the prosecutor's office. Why don't you have a conversation with her and see how she got where she got, and tell her about your interest and try to find out how you can work your way into that position. Because I do feel very strongly that, this degree is of no use to you unless you can find a position that you really love. Now, it might not be your first position that you love, but down the line, you should find something that you really enjoy. For a lot of our students that graduate from the program, that means they're going on to become paralegals. About 50% of our students have that title. Another 40% of our students graduate to become something what I call quasi-legal. So they'll become lease administrators or compliance officers. We have someone who's the director of records for a large public organization. We have, like I said, students or graduates in the prosecutor's office. So it may not be the title paralegal, but it's something working in the law. Particularly those students that go on to corporations don't always stay with the title paralegal. Sometimes they move around to other departments. So we see that a lot. And we do track our graduates every 6 months to see where they're at. You stay a part of our legal community. You are part of our network. And then the other 10% of our graduates head to law school. And if you're thinking about law school, I become your law school coach through the process, because not only am I the director of the legal studies program, I'm also the pre-law advisor for campus. So what that means is I am staying abreast of all of the important developments with what's going on with law school admission. I'm attending Midwest Association of Pre-Law Advisor meetings. I'm in contact with the Law School Admission Council, particularly right now, to find out what's going on with testing to get into law school because of the COVID situation. So I try to really keep my ear to the ground in terms of law school admission. The other thing that we have is we have partnerships with 2 schools, and we're working on the 3rd, whereby you can do 3 years at Ursuline College and then 3 years of law school and finish those 2 programs, you know, in 6 years rather than 7. So we have a partnership with Catholic University in Washington, D.C. with their Columbus School of Law. And we also have a partnership with Cleveland Marshall School of Law here in Cleveland. And we're working on one with Dayton. So I'm hoping that'll come to fruition. Of our students that have gone on to law school in the last couple of years, we're very proud to say we've had 2 that have gone on with full scholarships, and several that have gone on with half scholarships. And that's not usual. Law school is usually you pay for it all yourself. You take out loans. There aren't a lot of law school scholarships because oftentimes the profession says, you're going to make a lot of money, so we're not going to subsidize this through, you know, you're going to have to take out loans yourself. But we're very proud that we, you know, I particularly know how much those student loans weigh on our graduates and those going on to law school. So I look for every opportunity to find scholarships with our students. So what did I miss here? I talked about the curriculum with our practical assignments, our ABA approval, where our graduates go on. If you're thinking about law school, I'm your best friend. I really enjoy that part of the process. We do a lot with networking and hands-on skills.